Have you ever noticed that the wisest people often speak the least? In a world where everyone is eager to express their opinions, Islam teaches us that true wisdom lies in knowing when to stay silent. Silence is not just the absence of words, it's a form of discipline, a sign of intelligence, and a way to protect one's faith. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Whoever believes in Allah and the Last Day should speak good or remain silent." This powerful teaching reminds us that every word we speak carries weight. Unnecessary speech can lead to gossip, arguments, and even sin. But by practicing silence, we gain self-control, avoid conflicts, and strengthen our spiritual connection with Allah. In this video, we will explore why Islam emphasizes silence, how it benefits us, and how great scholars and leaders used it to cultivate wisdom. Let's begin. 1. Islamic perspective on silence. In Islam, silence is not merely the absence of words, but a sign of wisdom, reflection, and restraint. The Quran and hadith repeatedly emphasize the value of thoughtful speech and the dangers of excessive or careless talk. The ability to remain silent, especially in moments of anger or uncertainty, reflects a person's inner strength and self-control. The Quran teaches that every word a person utters is recorded by the angels, highlighting the responsibility that comes with speech. This awareness encourages believers to think before they speak, ensuring their words are beneficial rather than harmful. Silence, in this sense, becomes an act of mindfulness and spiritual discipline. Moreover, scholars of Islam have long regarded silence as a means of gaining knowledge. Speaking less allows a person to observe, listen, and reflect, leading to deeper understanding. In a world filled with noise and distraction, embracing silence enables spiritual growth and wisdom. 2. Prophetic teachings on silence. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ provided profound guidance on the importance of silence. One of his most famous sayings states, "Whoever believes in Allah and the Last Day should speak good or remain silent." Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. This hadith highlights that speech should always serve a beneficial purpose, either conveying truth, spreading kindness, or avoiding harm. If words do not fulfill these criteria, silence is the better choice. The Prophet ﷺ also warned about the dangers of careless speech. He taught that a person may utter a single word without thinking, yet it could lead them to great consequences in the sight of Allah. This shows that silence is not just about avoiding harm, but also about ensuring that every word spoken carries meaning and wisdom. Additionally, the Prophet himself was known for his measured speech. He did not speak excessively, but chose his words carefully, ensuring they were full of wisdom and clarity. His companions followed this example, understanding that silence was a sign of intelligence and self-restraint. By practicing silence, a believer not only follows the Sunnah, but also cultivates a habit of speaking only when necessary. 3. Avoiding sins of the tongue. One of the greatest benefits of silence in Islam is protection from the sins of the tongue. Speech is a powerful tool, but when misused, it can lead to serious harm. Gossip, backbiting, lying, slander, and harsh words are all condemned in Islam, as they cause division, hurt feelings, and damage relationships. The Quran specifically warns against backbiting, comparing it to eating the flesh of one's dead brother. Surah Al-Hujurat 49:12, emphasizing its severity. Uncontrolled speech can also lead to arguments, spreading falsehoods, and speaking without knowledge. Many conflicts arise because people speak in anger or without thinking, later regretting their words. By practicing silence, a person avoids these pitfalls and maintains their dignity. A wise individual knows that not every thought needs to be spoken, and sometimes the best response is no response at all. Furthermore, silence allows a person to filter their words, ensuring that what they say is truthful and constructive. It is a shield that protects not only the speaker, but also those around them. In a world where words are often used carelessly, choosing silence is an act of wisdom and restraint that strengthens both character and faith. 4. Developing self-control through silence. Silence is a powerful tool for cultivating self-control. In Islam, patience and restraint are highly valued, and the ability to remain silent in difficult situations reflects inner discipline. Often, people react impulsively with words, especially in moments of anger, frustration, or stress. However, those who practice silence learn to pause, reflect, and respond wisely, rather than react emotionally. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, emphasized the importance of controlling one's speech, as careless words can lead to regret. By choosing silence, a person gains mastery over their emotions, preventing hasty remarks that could cause harm. This self-discipline not only strengthens personal character, but also improves relationships by reducing conflicts and misunderstandings. Moreover, silence allows for deeper thinking. When a person speaks less, they become more conscious of their words, ensuring they are meaningful and necessary. This habit develops a calm and composed personality, making one more thoughtful in their interactions. Over time, practicing silence fosters a sense of peace, helping a person navigate challenges with wisdom rather than impulsiveness. In Islam, this kind of self-restraint is a sign of true intelligence and spiritual maturity, as it reflects a heart that is mindful and conscious of Allah. 5. Enhancing spiritual connection through silence. Silence is not just about withholding words. It is also a means of deepening one's connection with Allah. In Islam, moments of quiet reflection allow the heart and mind to focus on remembrance, dhikr, and supplication, dua. When a person limits unnecessary speech, they create space for spiritual awareness, making it easier to engage in meaningful worship and contemplation. The Quran encourages believers to remember Allah often, and silence plays a crucial role in this practice. A person who speaks less is more likely to engage in tasbih, praising Allah, istighfar, seeking forgiveness, and tadabbur, pondering over the meanings of the Quran. These acts strengthen faith and bring inner peace. When the mind is free from idle talk and distractions, it becomes more receptive to divine guidance. Additionally, silence fosters humility. When a person spends time in quiet reflection, they become more aware of their own limitations and dependence on Allah. It encourages mindfulness, helping individuals to guard their hearts from arrogance and pride. In an age of constant noise and distraction, choosing silence allows a believer to retreat into a space of spiritual tranquility, drawing closer to Allah with sincerity and devotion. 6. Examples from Islamic scholars on the power of silence. Many great Islamic scholars and righteous individuals practice silence as a means of acquiring knowledge and wisdom. They understood that speaking less allows for deeper observation, better listening, and clearer thinking. Imam al-Ghazali, one of the most influential scholars in Islamic history, emphasized that excessive speech often leads to errors, while silence protects the soul and sharpens the intellect. He advised that a wise person speaks only when their words bring benefit. Another notable example is Imam ash-Shafi'i, who famously said, "If speech is silver, then silence is gold." He believed that silence grants a person dignity and prevents unnecessary disputes. Many scholars followed this principle, carefully choosing their words and ensuring their speech was thoughtful and meaningful. Even the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam valued silence. Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, was known for his careful speech, often pausing before responding to ensure his words were just and beneficial. This habit of measured speech contributed to his wisdom as a leader. Through their example, Islamic scholars and righteous figures demonstrated that silence is not a sign of weakness, but a tool for gaining knowledge, maintaining peace, and preserving one's faith. Silence is more than just the absence of words. It is a sign of wisdom, self-control, and deep faith. By speaking less and thinking more, we protect ourselves from harmful speech, strengthen our spirituality, and follow the teachings of Islam. Let's strive to practice silence with intention and wisdom. If you found this video beneficial, please like, share, and subscribe to Pure Deen for more inspiring Islamic content. Comment below. May Allah grant us wisdom and protect our speech. May Allah bless us with words that bring goodness and hearts that remain mindful. Ameen.